Well, 6 News is back to give you the legal edge. As we reported yesterday, jury selection is underway in the trial of a man accused of trying to assassinate then presidential candidate Donald Trump at his Florida golf course last year. 59-year-old construction worker Ryan Ruth is representing himself in court. He is not a lawyer, has limited legal experience, and faces life in prison if convicted on the 5 charges against him. So for today's legal edge, we asked local attorney Brian Waldman about your right to represent yourself in a criminal case and why he thinks that's a bad idea.
People actually have a constitutional right to represent themselves if they want to, but that doesn't mean they should, and I certainly would recommend against it in almost every case. And the reason is that when you represent yourself in a lawsuit, you have the right to be treated, and you will be treated or should be treated just like a lawyer, but you're expected to know everything that a lawyer would know. You're expected to know the laws, you're expected to know the procedures, you're expected to know the court rules, and no one is obligated to give you advice on how to do that. So you can't come into court and say, "Judge, I'm sorry, I'm not a lawyer, I've never done this before." The judge is to expect that you know how to do it, just as if you are a lawyer, if you're going to represent yourself. And even if you are a lawyer, it's probably not a good idea to represent yourself because you come in your own cases with a certain bias that could potentially cloud your judgment. Now, people talk about the right to a lawyer. The Sixth Amendment does guarantee people a right to an attorney in criminal cases. There is not a right to an attorney in almost all civil cases, but there are some exceptions. So some cases involving, say, termination of parental rights, there can be the right to an attorney in some of those proceedings. And it may be dependent on a state-by-state basis. Some states have different laws regarding the right to lawyers in a civil case, but generally there is not a right to an attorney in a civil case, so people need to go out and hire their own lawyer.